Welcome back, guys. Hope you all doing great. Well, this is the day one of our full stack web development crash course. Well, in this course, we're gonna build a really nice real-time project. We're gonna make a complete replica of a Pixabay. Pixabay is one of the most popular image and photo sharing website where the users can share their images and videos. Well, not only that, they can add comments on it, they can save it to their collections. Well, along with that, lots of interesting options also there. Well, we're gonna build an exact replica of it. So let me show you how exactly the Pixabay website looks like. You can see this is the real Pixabay website, which I dropped the link in the description below. So please go ahead and click it and have a real project over there, and we're gonna make an exact replica of it. All right, so let me navigate to our project, and I already deployed it in the live server. You can see we're gonna build it and we're gonna deploy it in the live server. So this is the live server, and you can see this, it's currently running in my local host also. All right, so let me show you and let me log out from here. All right, now it's logged out. So initially the user, it's not logged in, he can't able to delete, or he can't able to comment anything over here. Right, user can't delete others post also unless he's the owner of the post. Well, so let me go back to our local host and let me log it out. All right, so this is exactly how it's looking. You can see we have this nice navigation bar, and you can see that it's when I'm in a normal position, it looks transparent, and when I scroll down, it's changing its background color, and you can see it's having this nice filter options over here. And along with that, you can see when I hover it, it's showing the top keywords of it, and you can see it's showing the added to the collections and everything. Well, basically now what I need to do is, all I have to do is to hit this login button, and that will redirect me to the page where I can use my Gmail account to log in. So let me hit it, and it's take few seconds to log in, and now you can see that it's having this nice placeholder, because currently at the back end it's validating the user whether the user is already inside our DB or not. And if the user is already there, it just it will just fetch the user details and send it back to our React frontend. Okay, so basically we're gonna create all the API endpoints, and we're gonna use the Sanity, which is the most powerful CMS platform in the online nowadays. Well, so now we can see it's having this data feed over here. So basically all our data feed is stored in the Redux. We're going to use the Redux to store the data and to share the data throughout all our child components. All right, so let me refresh it one more time, and now we can see it's still, even if you're refreshing it, you don't have to log into your Gmail account again and again and again, because your Gmail, every time whenever you're refreshing, it will check for that authentication token if the user is active, so it will automatically make the user, it will brings the user details over there. All right, and you can see this is the fully functional search option. So let's say if I'm searching for anime over here, if I hit enter, so that will take us to the search anime character, and you can see whatever the characters, whatever that matching that keyword, that will be bring back to this particular page. Currently these are the two different characters that which matching that particular keyword, it's bringing back over here. Well, if I head back to the home menu, you can see all the images and the videos together. So basically it's auto playing the videos. So let me open any one of the four, and it's completely responsive. You can see that, see, it's completely responsive. Basically this masonry layout, it's really nicely done with a simple functionality. I will we will discuss about it much better way when we are working on it. All right, so let me hit any one of this. So let me click this video, and you can see it's showing the options like how many people like this post, and what is the keyword, and who's the owner of this post, and what is the description so far. Don't worry about this description, it's just testing the sample details. And below that you can see the top 5 suggestions on for the next video for the users to watch it in our web page. And if you scroll down a bit, you can see the place where you can see the comments, and you can see all the related videos which matches this post. This is the top 5 suggestions, and you can see this is the related post. Basically you can see the top 5 commands. If you want to load more, if you hit the enter, and you can see the all the remaining comments over here, and you can see the date of exactly when the comment it's being placed. Now let's say if I want to add more comments, so let me open some other video, Let me go back here and let me open this one. Okay, so let's say nice waterfall. So if I hit enter and that it's loading, and now we can see it shows the message as nice waterfall, and when it's been commented a few seconds ago. And you can see here it's also having this download options. If I hit the end, this free download option, and you can see it start downloading that video instantly, right? So user can able to download our video also if the user is signed in. If he's not signed in, he can't able to download our video directly from here. Well, if I head back to the home menu, and if I'm searching for anything else by using any specific keyword over here, so let's say raining video or something, if I hit enter, so that it's searching that particular term, and you can see it gives us this nice animated image over here. Not animated, just a nice, really nice looking image, and with along with text, sorry, no results found. So this is completely interactive with the users. Well, if I go back to the home menu, and now if I want to view only the images, and if I click this photos options, so the user can able to see only the photos. See, only the photos. If I hit the illustrations, I can see only the illustrations and the videos, so you can able to filter it. All right, so this is fully functional website. And if I get back here, and now you can see I can add it to my collections also. If I already added to my collection, it looks in this color, and if I click add to collections, that will add to our collections, and it's been refreshed once again, so that you can see it's changed the color, because we are adding to our collection, then we are pulling the data one more time. That's the reason it's refreshing one more time. So now what I need to do is, let me navigate to our collections. So if I click this collections, that will take us to our collection over here. So now we can see, we can able to see all the collections which I added already over here. So in case if I want to delete any one of this post, I can able to delete it. Now you can see we do have two different same video over here. So let me delete this one. If I hit enter, so we can able to delete only our post, which I uploaded by myself. So if you're if you're not owner of this post, you can't able to delete that post by yourself. So if I hit the upload option, so this is the page which allows us the user to upload a new post over here. So let me choose any one new video or anything. For instance, if I hit this, so that will takes me to the place where I can choose the video or images or any kind of stuff. So let me go back to the downloads, and if I go back to the old files, and you can see we have the images over here, and as well as we have the videos also over here. So let me choose any video for the time being. So I deleted this video, so let me upload this video one more time. So if I hit open, so now you can see it's loading, and here I can simply give any title. So it's uploaded. Now it's get back to the our page. So now I can play it and I can visual it. Whether if I don't like to have this, I can simply delete it one more time. Then I can able to what happening if I hit this. Something is wrong over here. Let me refresh it and try it one more time. If I click this, and if I choose it, let me open anything. Let me open this one. It's loading, and it's loaded. Now it loads that image over here. And if I wish to delete this, if I hit that, look at that, it's deleted. Maybe some glitches over there. Okay, let's fix it. And if I click this now one more time, and if I choose any other images over here, and if I give it like nice anime character, and you can able to choose the categories just by like dragging it, so that you can move it back and forth over here like this, so that you can choose what kind of category you want. In this case, I'm going to choose it as an under the photos section. So let me choose the photos, and I can give a tag name. So all I have to use the comma to separate the tags. So let's say anime comma and 3D character, comma, let's say video games, like that. If I hit enter, now we can see we can able to add the different set of anime characters over here. If I want to delete any one of this, I can simply delete that, so that will remove the tags from that array. And if I want to give some descriptions also, I can able to give some description, but description is optional. So let's say nice anime character, So if I hit the save option, so basically that will gives the alerts as data saved, then it's pulling the data completely from the server one more time. So let me go back to my media. So this is the place where I can view only the images or the videos or whatever which I uploaded, right? This is the place where I can see all the medias which I uploaded, and this is the place where I can see all the collections which I marked. So these are the collections which this is the post which is uploaded by some other user, and I marked it as a collection. So that's the place where I can see it as in my collection. And if I go to my media, and I can see all the posts which uploaded by myself, right? So this is the project that we're gonna build completely from the ground level, and that's the day one which we are talking about right now. All right, so hope you guys are so much excited. So without wasting your time, let's jump into your video. Let's say YouTube Pixabay. All right, so it's not typing. YouTube Pixabay. All right, so let me open this in my Visual Studio Code. So over click and new terminal at this folder, and let me bring it over here. And now I hope you can see my terminal, and I'm going to open it in the Visual Studio Code. So now here we go. We have ourselves our Visual Studio Code over here, and basically here I'm going to create a two different folders. So let me create a two different folders over here, and that's going to be client. Inside the client, I'm going to create a new file which is going to be readme.md. all right, which is a GitHub file, and basically we're going to push every single thing, and we're going to commit all the codes whatever we are typing directly into the GitHub. So let me go here and create a new folder, and that's going to be the server. And inside the server, I'm going to create a new file called readme.md, and along with that, in the root folder also, I'm going to create a new file, so readme.md. Enter. So basically inside here, so we are just going to type the complete information about the project, and basically this is a full stack project. So full stack pixel perfect image sharing app, which is the clone of Pixabay clone 2.0. all right, that's the title of this project. And well, after that, if you want to give any other informations regarding your project and all those things, you can go ahead and you can type it over here. And I'm just going to add one more information over here. So if you want to follow us for the further informations and the further projects just like the same full stack web projects like this, so just hit this website over here, https://code-with3.web.app. So this is the website where you can see lots and lots of full stack projects, and it's completely free for your own educational purposes. So let me save it, and I'm just going to copy the same thing, and I'm going to paste it in all the server readme and the client readme files. Well, now we do have our folders, which is highly necessary for us. So let's head back to our GitHub website. So GitHub. So if you don't have any GitHub repository, so please go ahead and hit the github.com and create yourself a GitHub account and create your own GitHub repository over here. Well, if you don't have any idea about the Git, and if you haven't installed the Git in your machine, so please go ahead and search for Git download, and please do follow the instructions what exactly it's mentioned over there. If you're a Mac or Windows users, please go through the instructions how to install and how to configure username and everything. And if you are installing the Git for very first time in your machine, you need to configure the email and the images, your email and your username. So let's say how to configure git config username and email. So search for git config username and email. That will gives you the command how to config. So you need to open your git bash. Once it's successfully installed, open the git bash and configure your user.email globally and configure your user email and name both globally. So that will allows you to connect the GitHub with your Visual Studio Code so that you can push and pull your code at any point of time, right? So, and now let's get back to our profile over here. In this case, I'm going to create a new repository and I'm going to name this repository as Pixabay clone 2.0, Pixabay clone 2 something. All right, so I'm going to keep this as a complete public and I'm not going to add a readme file because I already did added my readme file over there. So let me create this repository. All right, so now our repository is created. So let's head back to our Visual Studio Code, and here you can see this git control or source control. So now we need to initialize our repository in the local. So basically git keep tracks your local repository and your online repo. So if there is any changes, it will constantly keep track the changes. So let me initialize that repository over here, and now we can see these are the changes that we made it in our file. So we have readme file in the root and client and server. So I'm just going to say project like day one initiated. Of course we initiated the project, right? So let's hit the commit button. So now the file is committed to the local initiated project. So now we need to connect our remote server instance. So let's get back here and go to the remote and add remote. So if you're first time adding this remote and if you're trying to add remote from your GitHub, so initially it will ask you to authenticate yourself to access your GitHub account directly into your Visual Studio Code. In this case, it's already authenticated. That's the reason it's giving me the list of repositories over here. And you can see the newly created repository over here. And I'm going to select that repository and I'm going to give that name Pixabay clone 2. Enter. Now we successfully connected that repository now into our project, and let's get back here and let's go here, pull or push. You can see that in this case I'm going to push the project to our GitHub repository. So hit the push to option and that will allows you to push the project to your online. So let me hit the Pixabay clone 2, and now if you go back here and if you refresh it, and you can able to see your files, and you can see this is the title over here which we added, and you can see the link. If I click this, that will takes me to the web page which I added over there, and you can see the client and server folders are there, and you can see the server folder. So now you can able to see the readme files in each and every sections over here. All right, so now all we have to do is to do the rest things. Now the next important thing that we have to do is we need to go ahead and install the Node.js. Then we need to download our Sanity server. We need to install the Sanity in our project, and that's what we're gonna do next. Here and search for Node.js. So if you haven't installed the Node.js, we can't do anything. So please go ahead and install the Node.js in your machine, and please download the recommended for the most user. So that will keeps us from the unwanted bugs and issues. So go ahead and download and install the Node.js. So once you successfully installed the Node.js in your machine, so please make sure by running this command in your machine, so just say node -- version. So that will give you the version number of the Node.js which you downloaded and installed in your machine. So if you get this version number, so you successfully installed the Node.js in your machine. Now let's go back here and search for Sanity. So we're going to use the Sanity latest version. So search for Sanity version 3, which is available in the internet nowadays. We do have two different versions. One is V2 and V3. So we are going to use the version 3, and which is quite more powerful than version 2. And let's go here and you can see this command. So just copy this command and let's get back to here. And I'm just going to navigate to my server folder. So before navigating to my server folder, I'm going to delete the readme file from the server folder. So let me right click the file, delete it, because by defaultly the server files, when it's downloaded from the Sanity, do have the readme file in it, so I don't want to overwrite it, so I'm just going to delete it, and I'm just going to paste that command over here and hit enter. So now it's loaded successfully, and initially it might ask you, do you want to install this create Sanity at latest or something, so please press Y and hit enter. In this case, I'm just going to create a new project, so hit enter, create new project. And what is the project name it's going to be? So basically the project name, so you can you should type your project name over here. In this case, I think I made a mistake, because we should navigate into our server folder, because we already created the folder over here. So let me stop this and let me navigate to my server folder. So cd server, change the directory to the server. So now I'm inside the server folder, and here I'm just going to run that command one more time, and it's taking some time. And now I'm going to create a new project, and here the project name, it's going to be like what to say, what exactly, what is the project name it's going to be. So I'm just going to be say this Pixabay clone 2 something, Pixabay clone 2, hit enter. All right, so that it's now creating that project. And do you want to use the default dataset configuration, which is exactly going to be the production? Of course, yes, I'm going to use the production dataset, enter. So now that's creating the dataset. So it will ask some kind of questions over here, and it's asking what it's going to be your project output path, and this it's taking the server folder. So I'm just going to keep it as it is, so press enter, and it's asking to choose what kind of schema type, and it's giving us some suggestions also. In this case, I'm going to use the block schema, so that we don't have to write everything completely from the ground, so you can able to understand some kind of key settings and everything just while go through some kind of template. Anyways, I'm going to show you how to customize these templates, so don't worry about it, guys. So choose the block schema and hit enter. And do we want to use the TypeScript? Well, in this project we are not using the TypeScript, I'm going to use the JavaScript, so hit no. And now it's downloading and installing all the necessary files, and it's asking what kind of package manager that you're going to use. Well, of course we are going to use the Yarn, so I'm going to choose the Yarn, and now it's downloading all the necessary packages for our Sanity server. So please be patient, so please maintain your patience and let's wait until it's successfully downloaded. So I'm just going to pause the video and I'll join you back in a minute. All right then, so now my file is created, and now let's see what are the commands that we do have to worry about over here. You can see to start your Sanity Studio, all you have to say yarn dev. So let's hit the command yarn dev. So that's loading our Sanity developer, and you can see this local host. So let's click that, and that's loading our Sanity, and you can see it's loading our project, and it's asking us to sign in with the providers over here. I'm going to use the Google. Hit the Google sign in and choose the account. All right, so now over here you can see by default it's loading some of the schemas. As I told you, we use the block schema, so that's the reason it's giving you the author and the categories and the post. Currently literally everything is empty. If you want to click new post, and you can see this is the place where you can able to add the new post images and everything, and basically we're gonna customize it completely. So let me close this and close here, and let's get back over here and let's stop our server. And there is one more thing, that if you hit the Sanity docs, if you search for, if you write the command Sanity docs, so if you hit enter, and for you initially it will throw an error like Sanity is not recognized as a command or external command something. So because we haven't installed the Sanity CLI, so before to hit that Sanity docs command, you need to install this Sanity CLI. So search for Sanity CLI so that you can use all the Sanity commands directly in your machine. So all you have to do is to install npm install -g at sanity CLI. So now I can use the sanity as a global command just like the yarn. So now if I hit enter sanity docs, so that will open the sanity official documentation page where I can able to go through and learn much more about the sanity. This is the nice documentation provided by the sanity, and I strongly recommend you guys to go through the sanity documentation before working on the sanity projects. Well, anyways, I'm going to show you how to use the chat GPT and along the sanity documents to increase our productivity to work with this project. All right, so let's get back here. And now let's go here, and if you click the schemas options, and you can see the authors, block contents, categories, and index.js. And basically this is the place where all these schemas are mounted together. So let's delete the unwanted schemas over here, and we can have our own schema files over here. Like what we need to do is so basically I'm just going to keep the post. All right, so literally I'm just going to keep the post, and I'm going to keep the I don't need this category at all, so let me delete this. And I don't need this block content, so let me delete this. And I don't need this author, so let me delete this. And let's hit the post. So basically now we are going to create a post. All right, so let's go ahead and customize this post. I'm just going to keep it as it is, post and post. I'm not going to change anything, and I'm going to define a field, which is the first field is going to be the title name, and this particular name is the field name, and this title is just the content which you want to display it over there. So this is the field that we need to access it in the front end, right? So, and basically it's going to be the data type of the string. Well, and the second thing, so I don't need the I don't need the slug. So I don't need the slug. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm just going to change this to keywords. So basically the second field that we're going to have is the keywords, and the title is going to be tags or something, and the type basically it's going to be an array. So all you have to say it's an array. Then I'm just going to delete this options. So it's a type, since it's a type array, and we need to mention what kind of array data type it is, whether it's a string or integer, what kind of data type it is. So of, I'm going to say of, open the array of brackets and open the object brackets over here, and mention the type over here. So basically it's going to be a string, array of strings, right? And then the third field, so over here, so what I'm going to do is I don't need the author at all. So basically I'm just going to delete this author, and I'm going to change this to description, and I'm just going to say description, and this is going to be the type of string, and I'm not going to refer the author over here. I'm not going to add an SN reference. Then we need to add we need to give an option. So let me open our project, official project sanity over here, right? Let me open that. It's showing an issue. Wait a second. So let me open that particular over here. So let me open this link. There we go. So this is the Pixabay clone, that this website, the official, this project website, where it is, this project backend server website over here. And you can see if I hit the post, you can see we do have a lot of posts over here. And if I click any of the posts over here, and you can see the title is there, and the keyword is there, and the description is there, and it's showing what kind of file type it is. So if the user wants to upload an image or any other files, so when it comes to sanity, it will treat the image and the other files in two different ways. So we need to make sure if the user wants to upload an image or a file, we need to make sure. So basically if I click others, so that will gives me another option to choose the different file. But if it is an image, you can see it's giving me an option to keep it as an image. Well, that's what we are trying to do over here. So I need to define the file type here. So basically I'm going to create one more field. I'm going to copy it and paste it, and let's say, and I'm going to keep the field name as a file source. What kind of file source it is? So file source, SOURCE file source, and the title is going to be file type, what kind of file type it is, and basically the type is going to be the string. But I'm going to add a list of options over here. So options, open it and open the brackets, object brackets, and I'm going to create a list in it, list, and that's going to have an array of values, and I'm going to create an object. So basically the first object is title is going to be image, then the value which is going to be image. So this is just for displaying purpose, and this is the value, real value of that list. So let me copy and paste it, and I'm going to say simply others. So apart from the image, if the user uploading a video, or in future if you're trying to integrate the audio or any kind of files, so you can treat it as a files. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it as others, image and others. And you need to give a list of, so if you want to keep it as a drop down, or if you want to keep it as a layout, like I'm just going to choose the layout, how I want to list out this list over there. So basically I'm just going to mention the layout over here as radio button. So I'm just going to keep these two different options as a radio button, just like the way what I'm displaying over here, right? So I'm just going to add that customization for this particular field. So then what I need to do is I need to display the image. So basically you can see when I choose an image, it's displaying the image options where I can able to upload or delete the existing image. If I hit the other options, it's giving me the options to drag and drop the file over here. Basically image and files will be treated in two different ways in Sanity. So we need to upload the image separately and file separately, right? So that's the reason we are displaying that option. So I'm going to keep the main image type is image, and option is going to hotspot true. But what I need to do is when I choose the image, so it needs to display the image. When I choose others, I need to hide the files option. So I'll show you how to do that, but for the currently we just keep on add the rest of the fields. Then later I'll show you according to the values of this, I'll show you how to hide the image and files, right? I will explain it later what I'm talking about. Let me explain it briefly later. So here I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it one more time. And this case, this is going to be other media, and let's say other media, and the type is going to be file. And these options are not necessary, so let me delete it. All right, and then we need to bring the categories, and basically the categories are not going to be a reference type. We are just going to keep it as a string type, string. All right, and then what we need to do, we need to have the users options and everything. So for the time being, I'm just going to keep it simple as that, so I don't need this the rest of the fields. So let me delete these fields, and I don't need this object at all. So let me delete this and save these changes, and let's get back to the index.js, and I don't need anything at all from here to here and all these informations. Let me delete everything, and let me open Sanity manage. So that will open the project managing options over here. So here you can see all the information which is related to your project. Well, we are not supposed to open this, so let's say your developer, and that will open our Sanity developer server, and it's loading, it's checking for the configuration file, and it's successfully done. And now it's going to load our Sanity Studio, and here you go, you can see your schema which we created right now. And let me create a new schema, new post, and basically you can see right now literally I can able to see the images and the other media also, right? But if I choose the image, I am supposed to display only the main image. If I choose other image, I'm supposed to display the files, other files. I want to hide this main image option, because we never gives the option for the users to upload or choose any kind of files over here. So the same, to upload the both files over here, we need to hide the unnecessary field. Basically we need to hide this field based on this value, right? So anyways, we are not going to give this page options for any other users to upload the videos or images. We're going to build a separate page for the user to upload. So let me log in over here so that you can see what exactly we are up to. Let me log in, and it's loading. Come on, it's taking some time. All right, so now if I hit upload, and you can see this is the page where the user can able to upload the images or any kind of stuff. So anyways, we are not going to show this, but we need to keep it literally clear, right? So let me get back over here, and I'm going to customize the post a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide this image field. So basically I need to hide it. So I'm just going to say hidden, open it, and I'm going to open and function over here like this. And inside here I'm going to extract an object called parent. We do have an object over here called parent, and if the parent element, if there is a parent element, then, and if that file source, so basically you need to give the field name. So basically if the field name of file source, copy it, with the field name of file source, it's, I need to display this main image. So I need to display this main image like what to say, only if this particular field it's need to be hidden if it is not an image. If it is not an image, this field needs to be hidden. So I'm just going to say hide this field if that particular field is not an image. If the user selected the field list option called image, then we need to choose, we need to display this. If it is not an image, then we need to hide this, right? That's what we are up to here. So I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to get back to the field called type file, and I'm going to paste it over here. If the field is equal to image, if the user selected the image, then I need to hide this field. If the user doesn't select the image, then I need to hide the field. So that's the condition I written over here. So save the changes, and let's get back over here. So now it's been refreshed instantly, and you can able to see the post screen. And now you can see if I choose image, now it's showing the options where I can able to drag and drop the image. If I choose others, and now we can see drag and drop the file here. So that's the option that we need to display the user, right? So now we successfully done that. Then next what we need to do is to, all we have to do is to like how to create a user schema, and how to create the comment schema over here, and how to add it as a reference to the main post schema over here. So that's what we are going to do next. Okay, then since we successfully created the post schema, so let's get back to our server schema over here. So server, and then now we have to create the user schema. So let's go here and right click and create a new file, and I'm going to say users.js, and I'm going to create a new user schema over here. And basically what we are going to do is I'm just going to copy everything from here. So let me copy it, and I'm going to paste it. And basically I'm just going to do some customizations over here. I'm going to change this to users and users, and that's going to be the document. And first it's the basic field that it's going to be the display name. So instead of wasting the time by typing it again and again, I'm just going to copy and paste it completely. So please don't make any mistakes over here, guys. Inside this field I'm just going to delete it, and I'm going to paste it. You can see here it's just the same field, and I just repeated it for a several number of times, and I customized it like display name, and what is the user ID, and what is the email, and what is the phone number, and what is the image URL. Basically we're going to use the image URL which is provided by the Google itself, so that's why I keep it as a string, because user doesn't have the permissions to upload the image by himself or alter the image by himself. All right, so this is what we are going to keep it as a user object. Well, of course we need to create one more file called comments. So comments.js. All right, so inside the comments.js I'm just going to copy literally everything from here. I'm going to paste it over here, save changes, and this user's name is going to be comments, and this title is going to be comments, and this is going to be so comment, that means the message, what exact message that the user typed, comment, and type it's going to be string. And the another field, so basically we need to make sure whom exactly placed this comment. We need that user information, right? So I'm going to get that user information by adding as a user reference. So users, and title is going to be users, and basically this is going to be a reference where we are going to map the user object from our user schema. Then type, it's going to be a reference, and basically it's going to type of which exact type we are going to refer it to the users type. So users, right? So save these changes. And now all I have to do is to go to the post.js, and I need to add these two fields inside the post. So what are the fields that we have to add? After the categories fields, we need to add the two more fields, which is one users and comments, and along with that the collections fields also. So let's do it one by one. So let's go here, and this is the place where it's getting ended. So let me copy this particular categories and copy it and enter it. And here I'm just going to add the field reference for users, which whom exactly pasted this, created this post. So, and this is going to as a reference, and you need to create a reference to which object type. So basically the type is going to be the users reference to this particular JS file, right? So that's the object, that's the document that we are creating a field. Then what we need to do is to, after here, I'm going to create one more field, and that is going to be comments. So we need to create this reference to this comments.documents comments, and this is going to be an array of reference. So basically for a single post, multiple user can land the comments. So basically that comments field is going to be an array. So for array of reference, what we need to do is to this off, we need to use the off object and open an array of brackets, enter, and we need to create an object called type, to which exact document that we are trying to create. This is going to be a reference type to which particular document, to open the array of brackets and open the again the normal object bracket, and give the type, what kind of document type it is. Basically that document is going to be the comments. So you need to give the exact same name over here. So guys, please don't make any mistakes over here. Try to understand here. Basically this is an array of fields. We need to understand for a single post, multiple user can drop a comment, right? So we need to keep it as an array of comments. So that comment is going to be a reference field, because the real comment is going to be stored in the comment section, which is going to have the message and along with the user information, which is coming from the users.js. So we are going to maintain the user object as a reference. So over here, so I need to get that information inside the post.js, which is coming from the comments.document. So basically it's a reference field, and we need to mention the type of it, which is exactly the comments. So whenever a new comment it's been posted, that comment will be saved in this document, and that reference will be stored inside the post. So we are just storing the references, not the real comment inside the post. Comments will always maintained in a separate table. Like, think about it, it's like a table. We are just getting the reference ID and we are passing it. That's it. Okay. So now the comments is done. So all I have to do is to just copy this one more time. And I'm going to create one more field, which is going to be at collections. So user can able to save the multiple posts, right? So that he can able to mark it as a favorite. So collections, and I'm going to say that field as a collections, and basically that is going to be an array and type of a reference. And here I'm just going to keep the user object. So the same post can be saved by the multiple users. So we need to give the user's ID as a reference fields. So that's the reason we are giving it as a users over here. Now if I hit save option, and let me get back over here, and let me stop the server, because we haven't added the users over here in the schema type. So add the users and also add the comments. So that's the reason we are getting the post, the two different fields, the comment and the users are not referenced. So save the changes. Now that field issues has been resolved, and you can see if you get back to the users object, you can see we don't have any users data. So you can see name, email, and everything is empty. And if you get back to the comments section, and you can able to create a new comment, and basically that helps you to create a new, so you can able to choose the user. So for the time being, I'm just going to create a dummy user over here. So let's say username is going to be with trade, and user ID is going to be something, a very big random number, and Gmail, let's say with 3@gmail.com, and contact number, let's say something random number, and image. For the time being, let me copy any image address from the online over here. So let me copy this image address, right click, copy image address, and let me supply that image address over here and click publish. Now the new user object is being created. So let me go back here to the new post, click this, and over here I'm just going to say a new title as a sample new post. And tags, what are the tags that we're going to give? Let's say sample, that's a new, and let's say new item or something. These are the keywords that I keep on, you can keep on add a new items over here. Let's say again new something. All right, so then description, let's say new image post or something. So I'm going to choose an image, and if I want to upload or drag and drop, let me choose upload, and let me choose any kind of image over here. Let me click open, and now that image is being uploaded, and it's also show you some options also. What's happening? Upload, why it's not having that image display, it's not displaying that image, come on. There we go. Basically it's uploaded, we have to select that image. Okay, so now it's uploaded, and now we can see we have that image over here. And if I choose any kind of other files, I can able to browse it from here. If I do, I already have a file which I already uploaded, that files will be listed out over here, and still I'm just going to upload an image. All right, so here for the categories, let's say anime, and user who exactly uploaded this speech, this post. Now I can just add the user reference which we already created over here. Let me choose the users. Now you can see we just added that reference. And comments, so far we haven't created any new comment. So in case, so I'm just going to publish it and try to understand here. Now let me go here and create a new comment. Let's say for that particular post, I'm creating a new comment that's really nice comment. And who uploaded this comment, we just need to create a reference of that object. So now a new comment, it's been stored in the comment. Let's get back to the post. Once the comment has been successfully created in that post, all I have to do is to just add the reference of it over here. See, it will show that comment. I just have to add the reference of it, just like the I can keep on add the number of comments over here. And if I want to add any kind of collection, so if I want to mark this particular post for my collection, I really love it, I need to add it in my collection. So all I have to do is to pass the user IDs. If like just like the same way any other user also love this post, and you can just pass the multiple user IDs as a reference. And now here we go. This is how the real-time post, which is the objects that we really needed. So let's have a close look over here. We need the title, we need the tags, we need the description, and we need the what kind of file type that the user is uploading, like whether it's an image or a file. So using this file type, we can able to create a interactive UI, so the user can able to upload the image if he choose image, and if he choose other media, so he can able to upload a video or audio, any kind of files. Then he can able to choose the categories. So basically we will list out the different categories in the UI. In the client side, he can able to choose what kind of category that the post is going to be. Then we need to get the user ID once, because anyway user can able to create a post only if he is successfully logged in. So we will get that user informations if he successfully logged in. So we have that user ID. So using that user ID, we will use that as a reference for the user information, so we can make sure that who exactly posted this video. Then we have the two different fields like comments and collections over here. Basically, comments will store in a different table, we are just adding it as a references, and collection, we are just adding the user id, multiple user ids as an array, because the same post can be liked by different users. So let's publish it right now. So now you can see this, a new post is successfully published. So basically this UI is entirely created by the Sanity, but anyways, we can't use this UI for our project. We need to create a complete UI like this completely from the ground, like the title and the categories and the options to upload and choose the keywords and the description. Once we hit the save, we need to basically save everything inside this post over here. So this is what exactly we need to do, right? So finally we finished our server side. That's it. We don't have to do anything at all throughout this project. Completely we finished the server completely. So now it's time to push all these things into the cloud. So let's go back here and hit the commit option. So let's say project server side completed. So hit the commit option and go here, pull or push, click push to, and click this Pixabay clone. So now everything is being uploaded. So let's get back to our GitHub, where it is over here, and let me click the server folder, and now we can see all these schemas and static files, whatever it's necessary for our server side project. Everything it's being uploaded. All right, so we've successfully finished the server and we pushed everything to the GitHub. So the next thing what all we have to do is to focus on the client side. So that's what we are going to do in the day 2. So in the day 2, we're gonna build a client side. We're gonna build a complete client side, which is going to be the React.js, and we are going to use the title and CSS for the materialistic UI. So I hope you guys are excited, and I hope you understand a lot from this video. If you're having any questions in this day 1 session, so please drop your questions in the comment section, and stay tuned for the part 2, which is going to be uploaded exactly by tomorrow at the same time.